this week's Blizz Pro Weekly, we take a closer look at the Garrisons in World of Warcraft, a Rock the Cabinet contest for Starcraft Arcade, Blizz Pro's interview with the PS4 Diablo team, Heroes of the Storm Tech Alpha will have its first account wipe, and we check out how Hearthstone works on the iPad. Hey guys, welcome to the newest episode of Blizz Pro Weekly. So, you know how a while back I did that sort of like email fan thing? Yeah, it was really funny and yeah, I totally made all that shit up. No longer! If you have questions or comments for the show, we have an email address for you. Send them to askthebeard@blizzpro.com. We plan on addressing some fan questions monthly on the show. Unless, of course, you send us something really awesome or hilarious or something that I can totally make fun of, in which case we may, not wait. But also, expect no serious answers, ever. Let's talk Warcraft.
Here's the beef.
Alright, so I want to make sure we're very clear on this first thing, alright? The information we've obtained about Garrisons is from data mining, and thus totally subject to change. Clear? Good. Alright, first, you're going to start with some buildings in Warlords of Draenor. You get the Town Hall, Fishing Shack, Mine, Menagerie, and Herb Garden. At this point, it's not clear if you need schematics before you can build them. Secondly, there are multiple buildings that fall under more generalized types. I mean, really generalized, as in small, medium, large. Besides type, you can also grow the buildings by raising their tiers. Of course, all the information can be found, little link in the show notes. Now hold on your keyboards, everyone. Blizzard is handing out, right now, beta invites at Pax East for Warlords of Draenor. Unfortunately, you have to be at Pax East to get one. So just for playing the expansion demo at Blizzard's booth, you get a beta key for a future beta release. Hope nobody gets mugged for that. Talk Starcraft II.
You want a piece of me, boy?
So Blizzard is hosting their first ever Rock the Cabinet contest. Sounds pretty cool. They're asking all gamers out there to get creative and share their best StarCraft II arcade game ideas. Granted, they pretty much always want people to do that, but right now they're hosting a serious contest with a grand prize of $7,000, among other goodies. Details, as always, in the show notes below. Now, the World Championship Series, or WCS, is finally offering tickets of varying types and costs, so that we can enjoy the game even more. Just by buying one of the tickets, you open yourself up to some special little perks, such as the ticket holders only chat channel. Now, I know some of you are worried about the future of esports. Electronic Sports League, or ESL, announced that they are officially running this season of WCS America from their brand new LA branch. Pretty cool, right? Make sure you check all those details in the notes below. How about some Diablo?
Stay a while and listen.
So Blizz Pro's Steven Stewart had the chance to talk to the Diablo III senior producer Julia Humphreys and senior level designer Matthew Berger. They were talking about the console edition of Reaper of Souls for the PS4 while playing it. Pretty cool video. There were way too many things for us to talk about in this show. I mean, that video by itself was about 21 minutes long. But one thing we do want to talk about is Apprentice Mode. So if you're playing online with your friends, the lowest level character will get temporarily boosted up for the duration of the play session. We're talking increased toughness, increased damage, and a small XP bonus. The XP is going to be tailored to each character's level as well as the loot, of course. Now, the full video interview can be found in those show notes. Of course, I know the most exciting thing for me, I have a PlayStation Vita, so I cannot wait to get that remote play going when that comes out. And of course, got to get me a PS4 too, but one step at a time. Now, since we're talking about changes, game designer Travis Day entered the Diablo forums and discussed more ideas that Blizzard has in mind for future hotfixes for Reaper of Souls. Besides the development team making it clear they want monster slaying to be the most rewarding experience for players, they would also like to implement their changes to exploiting behaviors, things like treasure chest farming or unique monster farming. The full Blue Post article is linked in our show notes, as always. How about some Heroes of the Storm? Now, on Tuesday, April 15th, they will be performing the first Tech Alpha account wipe. That the lamentations begin in earnest as the fated day approaches. But never fear, for Blizzard is here and trying to, ease your pain a little bit. And it doesn't help that, for this initial account wipe, they will not be resetting or refunding any real money purchases you've made thus far during Tech Alpha testing. They do assure us in the very next breath that in the future they will reset these real money account purchases with future account wipes. So, I can see that going both ways. But, ultimately, unlike Hearthstone, when we all got reset in the Hearthstone beta, it's like all your money came back, and if you purchased a bunch of packs, which of course give you random cards, you're like, no, my Leroy! Well, it doesn't quite work like this, of course. There's no randomness, so you just kind of rebuy what you want, and if you say, well, I guess I didn't really use that, maybe you get to rebuy something different when that happens. But as it stands right now, the community is grabbing their pitchforks, lighting their torches, and the full mutiny-inducing details are in a link below. Onward to PAX East. Community manager Spyrian let everyone know some generalities of what PAX East is revealing as far as Heroes of the Storm is concerned. It was announced that there will be 4 new heroes available. They are Brightwing, the fairy dragon, Zagara from Starcraft II, Lili, Chen's niece from Mist of Pandaria, and Murky the Murloc. Good times. There's also an announcement of new skins, including Pajama Thor skin for Abathur. Now, it started as an April Fool's joke, but the community and Blizzard employees love this idea so much that we now have it for real. Check all those show notes and the full details of the changes, and stay tuned, BlizzPro.com, for all of the updates as they come to us. How about Hearthstone?
Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Now, our staff has been very busy lately. BlizzPro's Taffer put out a really nice article reviewing the iPad Hearthstone app. This interface is exactly the same as the computer version. The touchscreen works nicely, feels smooth and comfortable. Taffer does warn that those prone to, kind of stressing out when you play may want to invest in a stress ball. You don't want to use your iPad as a frisbee. That could be a problem. He even goes into how he's not sure how well Hearthstone will port over to smartphones since the screen region is so small. Granted, Blizzard hasn't said anything about moving them onto smartphones. They've just said tablets, so that's not any sort of reveal, but he just thinks he's not sure how well that would translate if they thought about doing it. Full details in the show notes. Now, as we've mentioned previously, Blizzard has the iPad version available to play at PAX East, among other Hearthstone gems. Adventure Mode was officially announced and confirmed. It will be called Curse of Naxxramas, adding 30 new cards. Players will fight through boss battles in 5 wings to unlock these new cards. First wing will be completely free and open the first week. The other wings will open weekly until all 5 are out, and those additional wings will cost you some money, either gold or real money, depending on what you've got available to you. Also announced is the global rollout for the iPad app, which will happen in a week or 2, so pretty quickly, really. Now, there's a lot more that they talked about, so check out the link in the show notes. Now, we're going to cover something called Topic of the Week. So our Topic of the Week for BlizzPro Weekly is looking good. Players want to look good in and out of the game. In-game transmogrification is the thing to do. There are countless podcasts, blogs, streams, and articles devoted just to transmogrification. Add in sites selling t-shirts, bags, toys, you name it, to show off their gamer pride, and you have an unstoppable machine of Blizzard merchandising. Muster Brand, for instance, has released an awesome line inspired by Diablo 3. You can get items such as Kane's messenger bag or the demon sleeve to protect your tablet. And what do you get when you mix American Chopper with Blizzard? Well, there actually is an answer. Don't rack your brain too much. The answer is the new web series called Azeroth Choppers. Now, the fun starts on April 15th, and 2 teams will compete to create custom choppers for the Horde and the Alliance. The winning team, picked by players, will have their chopper featured in the game. After the hue and cry over the April Fool's female Draenei model, Blizzard is trying to make amends by releasing the actual Artcraft for her. They also released the male Tauren model. Both look pretty damn cool, as we expected. And to get full details on all these articles, check out the show notes below. I really wonder where we're going to get our beard options, because a beard on my male barbarian just isn't enough. I think my female wizard could really benefit from a long, flowy beard. You can just imagine the the physics engine will waft in the wind. Well, anyway, that does it for this week's BlizzPro Weekly. Subscribe right here at our YouTube channel. We're also on iTunes. Of course, check out BlizzPro.tv. You want to listen and subscribe to all those awesome shows. The Edge, The Spotlight, Stormwatch Now, West March Workshop, and Don't Kick My Robot. I know, we keep adding them. It's awesome. Me, I'm all over the internet. Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Goodreads author. My book is on Amazon. As we said earlier, if you have a question, email us at askthebeard@blizzpro.com. And of course, you want to check out blizzpro.com. All those news, reviews, interviews, everything you need to know about Blizzard Entertainment games. Stay beardy, my friends.